Hi guys, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you find this content informative, please subscribe to the channel for more updates. Have you ever seen just 3 words send an entire fan base into celebration? Not a game-winning shot, not a blockbuster trade, not even a major announcement. This time it was something much smaller, but somehow it felt even bigger. When CaitlinClark left a brief comment on Sophie Cunningham's Instagram post, fans immediately knew they were witnessing more than just another social media interaction. Within minutes, screenshots spread across fan pages, thousands of replies poured in, and basketball fans everywhere began talking about what those 3 simple words really meant. At first glance, it looked like nothing more than a friendly exchange between teammates, but longtime Indiana Fever supporters saw something entirely different. To them, this wasn't just an Instagram comment. It was another chapter in a friendship that has quietly grown stronger through tough losses, injuries, intense games, and months of standing by each other's side. Sometimes the smallest moments reveal the biggest truths, and that's exactly why this story has captured so much attention. What makes this even more fascinating is that nobody planned for it to become a headline. There were no cameras rolling, no reporters asking questions, and no marketing campaign behind the moment. It happened naturally, making it feel far more genuine than any carefully crafted public statement ever could. In today's world of polished social media posts and scripted interviews, authentic moments like these are surprisingly rare, and fans know the difference when they see one. So what exactly did CaitlinClark write that had everyone smiling? Why did such a short message resonate with so many people? And what does this growing friendship reveal about the chemistry inside the Indiana Fever locker room as the team continues navigating a challenging season? Stay with us, because once you see the full story behind those 3 simple words, you'll understand why fans believe this moment was about much more than basketball. When Sophie Cunningham arrived in Indiana, few people imagined she would become one of CaitlinClark's closest teammates so quickly. The spotlight was already brighter than almost anywhere else in the WNBA. Every practice, every game, and nearly every interaction involving Clark was being analyzed by fans and media alike. For a veteran joining that kind of environment, it would have been easy to simply focus on basketball, keep a low profile, and avoid unnecessary attention. But that's not the path Cunningham chose. Instead, fans began noticing something different almost immediately. Whether it was celebrating Clark's big plays, encouraging her after difficult stretches, or bringing energy to the bench, Cunningham consistently showed that she was fully invested in helping her teammates succeed. These weren't grand gestures designed for headlines, they were small moments that happened naturally throughout games and practices. Ironically, those quiet moments became impossible for fans to ignore. As the weeks passed, supporters started connecting the dots. Every time Clark faced extra defensive pressure or emotional frustration during a game, Cunningham always seemed to be nearby, ready with encouragement or support. That dependable presence didn't go unnoticed. Across social media, fans began referring to her as Clark's ride-or-die teammate, a nickname that reflected the growing belief that their connection was becoming one of the strongest on the roster. Of course, friendships inside professional sports don't usually develop overnight. Trust has to be earned through shared experiences, difficult moments, and countless hours spent working toward the same goal. That's exactly what happened here. With every road trip, every comeback attempt, and every challenge the Fever faced together, the bond between Clark and Cunningham appeared to grow stronger. But while fans were beginning to appreciate their chemistry on the court, they had no idea that an even more personal moment was just around the corner, one that would make their friendship impossible to question and give supporters a reason to celebrate far beyond the final score. If there was one reason fans became convinced this friendship was genuine, it wasn't because of anything either player said. It was because of what they consistently did. In professional sports, actions always speak louder than interviews, and over the course of the season, Clark and Cunningham gave fans plenty of moments that couldn't be scripted. One of the first things supporters noticed was how often Cunningham had Clark's back during intense games. Whenever emotions ran high or physical play threatened to shift the momentum, Cunningham never seemed hesitant to step in. She played with confidence, defended her teammates, and brought an edge that many fans believed the Fever needed. That willingness to stand beside Clark during difficult moments quickly earned the respect of both teammates and supporters watching from home. Their connection became even stronger when the season presented challenges neither player wanted to face. Injuries forced both athletes to spend time away from the court, replacing the excitement of competition with the frustration of recovery. For elite competitors, watching games from the sidelines is never easy. Yet those difficult weeks also created opportunities to encourage each other, stay engaged with the team, and remain focused on returning stronger than before. As the Fever battled through inconsistent results, fans began paying attention to the small interactions that often go unnoticed. A smile after practice, celebrations from the bench, words of encouragement during timeouts, and visible support after tough losses all painted the same picture. None of these moments made national headlines by themselves, but together they revealed a friendship that was steadily growing through shared experiences rather than public attention. By this point, many supporters already believed Clark and Cunningham had developed one of the strongest connections on the roster. Still, nobody expected that a simple social media interaction would soon provide the clearest confirmation yet, turning an ordinary day into one of the most talked-about moments of the Fever's season. Just when fans thought they had already seen enough evidence of the growing friendship between CaitlinClark and Sophie Cunningham, an ordinary social media post changed the conversation all over again. It wasn't a game day, there wasn't a major announcement, and no one expected anything unusual to happen. In fact, it looked like the kind of post that would quietly collect a few likes before disappearing into everyone's feed. Sophie Cunningham shared a collection of photos and short videos from recent moments with the Indiana Fever. Some featured action on the court, while others offered a glimpse into the lighter side of the season. It wasn't carefully designed to create headlines or spark debate. Like countless athletes do throughout the year, she was simply sharing memories with the people who support her. For a while, that's exactly how the post unfolded. Fans complimented the photos, teammates tapped the like button, and the comment section filled with the usual messages of encouragement. Nothing suggested this would become one of the most talked-about social media moments involving the Fever. Then everything changed with a single notification. CaitlinClark appeared in the comments. Considering the enormous attention Clark receives every time she posts or interacts online, fans immediately noticed her name. Within seconds, people stopped scrolling through the photos and started focusing on the comment section instead. Curiosity spread quickly across social media, and screenshots of the interaction began circulating almost immediately. What made the moment even more interesting was that Clark didn't have to respond at all. A simple like would have acknowledged the post without attracting much attention. Instead, she chose to leave a public message for everyone to see. That small decision transformed an otherwise routine Instagram upload into a conversation shared by thousands of Fever fans. And once people read the few words she had written, it became clear why this simple exchange would resonate far beyond Instagram, reminding everyone that sometimes the biggest stories begin with the smallest gestures. When fans finally opened the comment section, they expected to see the usual responses from teammates and supporters. Instead, they found something that immediately stood out. CaitlinClark had left a message so short that it could be read in just a second. Yet somehow those few words carried more emotion than paragraphs ever could. Clark simply wrote, "Love you, Soph." That was it, no long explanation. No string of emojis. No carefully crafted caption designed to attract attention. Just 3 honest words written in the moment. Ironically, that simplicity is exactly what made the comment so powerful. In an era where athletes often communicate through polished statements and media appearances, this felt completely unfiltered. It looked like something one close friend would naturally say to another, without thinking twice about how the internet might react. Fans immediately recognized the difference. This wasn't part of a promotional campaign or a scheduled interview. Nobody had asked Clark about her relationship with Cunningham, and there was no expectation that she needed to comment at all. She simply saw her teammates post and responded with genuine affection. That authenticity is what made the moment impossible to ignore. Within minutes, screenshots of the comment spread across X, Instagram fan pages, Facebook groups, and basketball forums. People weren't sharing it because it was dramatic, they were sharing it because it felt real. Supporters who had spent months watching the pair build chemistry suddenly felt they had the clearest confirmation yet that their friendship extended well beyond the basketball court. Sometimes the smallest gestures leave the biggest impression. A game-winning shot might dominate headlines for a day, but moments of genuine human connection often stay with fans much longer. Those 3 words became more than just an Instagram comment, they became a symbol of trust, loyalty, and the bond that supporters had quietly been watching grow all season. But as the comment continued spreading across social media, something even more remarkable happened. It wasn't just Clark's words that captured everyone's attention, it was the incredible reaction from the fans themselves. What happened next proved that this wasn't just another viral social media moment. The reaction from Indiana Fever fans revealed something much deeper. People weren't simply responding to 3 heartfelt words, they were celebrating a friendship they had watched develop in real time. For many supporters, Clark's comment wasn't the story. It was the confirmation they had been waiting for. The replies beneath Cunningham's post quickly transformed into a celebration of team chemistry. Fans praised the respect both players have shown each other throughout the season, with many pointing out that Cunningham has consistently supported Clark during both the team's biggest victories and its toughest nights. Others shared how refreshing it was to see genuine friendships thrive in professional sports, where headlines often focus on rivalries, trades, and locker room drama instead. Even more interesting was how different groups of fans came together around the same moment. Some have followed CaitlinClark since her college days. Others became fans because of Cunningham's fearless style of play. Many simply support the Fever as a team. Despite their different perspectives, they all seem to agree on one thing: this relationship feels authentic, and that's something worth celebrating. Social media quickly amplified the excitement. Screenshots of Clark's comment began appearing across basketball pages, fan communities, and discussion forums, with thousands of people sharing the interaction. It became one of those rare moments that spread not because of controversy or shocking news, but because it made people smile. In today's online world, that's becoming increasingly uncommon. Perhaps that's why this story resonated so strongly. Fans spend hours analyzing statistics, debating coaching decisions, and discussing championship hopes. But every once in a while, they're reminded that basketball is also about relationships built through trust, sacrifice, and shared experiences. Those human connections often become just as meaningful as the games themselves. And while the internet celebrated this heartwarming exchange, many supporters couldn't help but wonder if these small moments were also revealing something much bigger about the culture developing inside the Indiana Fever organization. As heartwarming as the Instagram exchange was, many fans believe it revealed something even more important than a close friendship. It offered a glimpse into the kind of culture the Indiana Fever are trying to build. Championship teams aren't created by talent alone. They grow through trust, accountability, and players who genuinely want to see each other succeed. Moments like this suggest those foundations may already be taking shape. The Fever's season hasn't been without challenges. Injuries, tough losses, and the pressure that comes with enormous expectations have tested the team from every angle. For a young roster playing under constant national attention, those obstacles could easily create frustration or divide a locker room. Instead, fans have repeatedly seen players encouraging one another, celebrating each other's success, and remaining connected even when results haven't gone their way. That matters because chemistry isn't something that suddenly appears during the playoffs. It's built every day in practices, during road trips after difficult defeats, and through countless conversations that never make headlines. While fans only see a small portion of those interactions, moments like Clark's public message to Cunningham offer a rare window into the relationships developing behind the scenes. Another reason this stood out is that nobody appeared to be performing for the cameras. There was no official team announcement highlighting the friendship and no interview designed to create a feel-good story. The interaction happened naturally, making it far more believable than anything that could have been scripted. Supporters recognize authenticity, and that's exactly why this moment resonated so deeply. Of course, strong friendships alone won't guarantee victories. Success in the WNBA still depends on execution, consistency, and continued growth throughout the season. But when players genuinely trust one another off the court, that confidence often carries into the biggest moments on it. And that's exactly why many fans believe this isn't just the story of two teammates becoming close friends. It could be the beginning of a partnership that helps define the future of the Indiana Fever for years to come. As the season continues, it's becoming increasingly clear that this story is about more than a single Instagram comment or one memorable interaction. What fans are witnessing could be the beginning of one of the WNBA's most beloved teammate relationships, a partnership built on trust, mutual respect, and genuine support. In a league filled with incredible talent, those qualities often leave the biggest lasting impression. Basketball history is filled with iconic duos whose friendships became just as memorable as their performances on the court. Fans naturally become attached to players who celebrate each other's successes, encourage one another through setbacks, and compete with complete trust. Clark and Cunningham seem to be building that kind of connection, one small moment at a time. It's not forced, and that's exactly why people continue talking about it. There's also another reason this friendship has captured so much attention. CaitlinClark has brought millions of new viewers to the WNBA, many of whom are experiencing the league for the first time. Those fans aren't only interested in points, assists, and highlight plays. They're becoming invested in the personalities, relationships, and culture surrounding the game. Every authentic interaction helps deepen that connection, turning casual viewers into loyal supporters. Of course, nobody knows what the future holds. Seasons change, rosters evolve, and professional sports are always unpredictable. But if the chemistry between Clark and Cunningham continues to grow, there's every reason to believe they'll become one of the league's most recognizable teammate pairings. Their friendship has already become a favorite topic among fans, and each new moment only adds another chapter to that story. Perhaps that's the biggest takeaway from all of this. Championships create memories, but genuine relationships create lasting legacies. Long after individual games are forgotten, people often remember the teammates who stood by each other through every challenge. And maybe that's why three simple words resonated with so many people. They reminded everyone that beyond the competition, beyond the statistics, and beyond the headlines, the most meaningful victories are sometimes the friendships built along the way. In the end, what made this moment so unforgettable wasn't the number of words CaitlinClark wrote, it was the meaning behind them. In a world where athletes are constantly in the spotlight and every public interaction is analyzed from every angle, genuine moments are becoming increasingly rare. That's exactly why this simple exchange between Clark and Sophie Cunningham resonated with so many people. It wasn't designed to go viral. It wasn't part of a media campaign. It was simply one teammate showing appreciation for another, and fans recognized that authenticity immediately. Throughout the season, supporters have watched these two players encourage each other, battle through difficult moments, and celebrate the highs together. The Instagram comment didn't create that friendship, it simply gave fans another glimpse into a bond they had already been noticing for months. Sometimes the smallest gestures reveal the strongest relationships, and that's what made this story feel so meaningful. Looking ahead, the Indiana Fever still have plenty of challenges waiting for them. There will be tough opponents, pressure-filled games, and moments that test the team's resilience. But if one thing has become clear, it's that chemistry inside the locker room may become just as valuable as talent on the court. Teams built on trust often find ways to overcome adversity, and many fans believe that's exactly what is developing in Indiana. Whether this friendship eventually becomes one of the defining partnerships in the WNBA remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. Supporters will continue paying attention, not just because of what Clark and Cunningham accomplished during games, but because of the respect and loyalty they continue to show each other away from the spotlight. Now we'd love to hear from you. What has been your favorite CaitlinClark and Sophie Cunningham moment this season? Do you think their friendship can help shape the future of the Indiana Fever? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and join us for more unforgettable WNBA moments.
If you made it this far, you already know this story is far from over. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this changes everything, or are people overreacting? Hit the like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. It really helps push videos like this out to more viewers. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next update, because things are moving fast and there's a lot more coming. I want to hear your take. Does this shift the balance? Or will defenses find another way to respond? Share this video with someone who needs to see this, especially if they've been following this story closely. Turn on notifications so you're always the first to know when new content drops. If you've got a different perspective, drop it below. I read a lot of the comments and the discussions here are always interesting. Let me know what you think happens next, because this could go in a lot of directions. And if you enjoy content that breaks things down in a simple, engaging way, stick around. There's plenty more on the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.